Everyone can make mistakes, but it's only for those who take accountability and apologize who deserve any type of respect. My mistake this past week was calling Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor-Greene the biggest bottom feeder in all of politics. I was wrong and I stand corrected. No, the biggest bottom feeder and fraud in all of politics is actually Republican Representative out of the 19th District of Florida, Byron Donalds. Earlier this week, Donald said during an event that, quote, during Jim Crow, the black family was together. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative, because black people have always been conservative-minded, but more black people voted conservatively. Donalds pushed the belief that the passage of the Great Society politics of the 1960s had led African Americans down a worse road, causing a great division of the black family. Donalds doubled down, tripled down, and quadrupled down on CNN with Abby Phillip, MSNBC with Joy Reid, and Fox News with Bill Hemmer, respectively, saying he was only saying the Jim Crow era was better for marriage rates. So, in the spirit of Byron Donalds' nostalgia for the Jim Crow era, let me take it a step further. So, when blacks were being brought here on slave ships, that was a good era for black families because they worked together. I mean, they were so close on the bottom of those ships, cramped up on the side of those ships, and tightly chained around those ships that they literally were forced to eat together, sing together, communicate with each other, and unfortunately many times use the restroom together. Starting to get the picture? Did anyone see the movie Amistad? The black families undoubtedly were united during that time. In the spirit of Byron Donalds' nostalgia for the Jim Crow era and the togetherness of black families, how about during slavery? On the plantations, the black families were surely together then. Unless the men and women or children were sold to different plantations, I mean, where else could they go? They had to work tirelessly with no pay. All they had were each other. I would definitely say the black family had no choice but to lean on one another during that time. And dare I get into how close black families were trying to escape their slave masters through the Underground Railroad led by Harriet Tubman and others. They literally had to hold hands and encourage each other and stay together for basic survival. Which leads me to my point. As touted by Byron Donalds, the Jim Crow era, blacks had to stay together during those dark times for basic survival. If not, they could find themselves kidnapped, brutally beaten, or worse. Just ask the remaining family of Emmett Till. So the only one who has been gaslighting on this issue is Byron Donalds, because he pretends not to understand why there's such outrage over his comments. Donalds can point to the... So the point is, if Donalds can point to the unity of the black family during the Jim Crow era, so can anyone point to any other dark and horrific time in American history when black families either tried or were forced to stay together simply because of the unbearable circumstances surrounding their lives. And I'm going to leave it there.